Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to the Yak 3 VK107. I think this is that one experimental Soviet prop that sits at a 5.7 battle rating on top of a ridiculous amount of horsepower, but the airframe itself does suffer from issues at high speeds, which is something of a problem when you have this much energy at your fingertips. And yet, we're just screwing around here in the test flight map because, well, I think at this time the Gaijin servers were down, so we're just having ourselves some fun. In any event, I have a few replays lined up for you today, and I'm always happy to get back to business with update 1.103 new power coming soon. I'm even more excited than normal to share what you guys are up to. And if you'd like to share your replays with me, or just to chat and hang out in our little social area, the Toshio Thunder Discord is the right place for you. There's a link in the description of this video. And that is pretty fun. Can't wait to see what those things look like with the new graphics coming in 1.103. And now for something completely different. We have SPC StalinsPimpCane in an up-tiered RAM Mark II. He accidentally put a 5.7 or a 4.7, I don't know, vehicle in his lineup, ended up in a 5.7 match in this little 3.7 tank, which is a very capable medium tank at its own BR, but in the right hands, in the right circumstances, face off against a Panther here who's gotta feel pretty cheeky until he gets booped in the snoot. That's what you gotta do. They show you the snoot, you gotta boop it. That's all you gotta do, and the rest is just maple syrup. I could have sworn that round hit more centrally in the enemy turret, but I could be mistaken. Things are a little bit weebly wobbly with War Thunder these days. Hopefully Daygore 6 will also smooth out some of those server issues, but who's to say? I'm by no means an expert on making connections. Something SPC seems to be doing fairly well here, showing off that if you play your cards right, especially in an urban battle, you can do well even against BR2 higher than yours vehicles. A little encouragement for things like the stock grind, knowing that there is a way to make things work, especially at this tier. And getting the jump on an enemy and some nice side shots definitely helps. The fantastic fire rate and good gun handling of this tank definitely assist with that as well. On top of that, it has slightly better armor penetration values than the regular Tech Tree Sherman you'll find, although it does trade that for the fact that its round is a little bit less girthy and doesn't have any AP filler. So, carrying on with his rampage through town, now pushing toward the enemy side of the map as his team starts to clean up more and more of the enemy. Always nice to see American teams doing well against the Panther spam. And where is he gonna find his next foe? I don't know. It's late here at the Toshio Thunder House, and it's been a while since I made a video for War Thunder, other than just the little things that I've been cooking up lately. I really enjoyed making the last, what I call it, a musical montage kill compilation, I guess. I found some really cool 80s style synth music and just got a little bit inspired. I really like how it turned out. The same could be said for SPC's latest kill. Getting the jump on the Panther definitely helps. And now for his final kill of the match, not to spoil things too much as things start to wind down here for the glorious American team. I'm a huge fan of the Ram. It's a great tank. It's always nice to see somebody doing well, especially in a double up tier. And there we have it. 5th kill, almost all of them taken on foes from the side, so there's definitely something to be said for good positioning. But lacking that, shooting out somebody's cannon barrel helps to get into position in style, comfort, and panache. And the same could be said for SOPMODJunya here, Mimic's very own Jet Ace. Well, probably a few times over, but the first kill is a good start for the Draken as it shows off its maneuverability and the power of its cannons. This is a very responsive fighter, able to produce and dump energy incredibly rapidly, lacking the top speed of many of the fighters that it can face. But the meta of top tier fighters is not really about high top speed anyway. You've got to turn to avoid missiles, you've got to burn to catch enemies, and if you're going to be active at all in this match, and this is an incredibly active match with paths, contrails crossing in great circles of death, destruction, and dearth here in the skies of War Thunder that are soon to be much more beautiful with the much anticipated sexy clouds coming in update 1.103. New sexy clouds. I think that's the real title of the patch. I think Mike and Oxy said something about snail something or other, but that was just too lame. I don't know if you guys caught the Gaijin official live stream preview of 1.103, but it was delightful. I do like seeing the chemistry between Mike and Oxy, and they definitely showed us a huge amount of material, so that is an improvement over what we've seen in the past, where it seems like they just sort of run out of time before running out of things to show us. So I was happy to see that. Of course, I got a huge place in my heart for the old guard as well. What's his name? Bruce? No, Bruce is the old guy. You know what? I definitely got a soft spot in the middle of my cranium for him too. Anyway, heat-seeking missile tracking nicely on the F4C, and I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but we didn't get a kill. I think maybe the rocket done run out of juice, but pulling hard and spiraling into its target. His next one finds its mark, and SOPMODJunya finds his rails empty. No worries, the man seems to know what to do with his very powerful cannons, so he might just have a chance at picking up another kill here. We'll have to see. Now, with that enemy F4E looking quite slower and slower, can Junya get on target? Indeed he can, for the ace in the Draken. Nicely done, well played, and GG. It's going to be victory for Junya's team today, and in an aircraft that has beauty and a mean look to it that hints at some very nasty performance when facing off against the foe. All in all, a good fight and good night. Here's a little clip from some of my recent gameplay. I was playing the F-89 and I got jumped by a 262, and while he did manage to blow off one of my landing gear, this is a rather sturdy airframe, even after taking some 30mm MK108s? Yeah. Anyway, and here things get a little bit spooky. This replay is from when I was having issues with NVIDIA. I think the last driver update fixed the issue, but for this replay we're not going to have any in-game sound, so lo siento. We are now with AmFam's very own, that's right, Our squadron in War Thunder, AmFam, that's amazing friends and mentors, by the way. Our goal is to be the kindest squadron in War Thunder, and we've accomplished nothing other than that, but it makes me happy. The armor on that SDKFZ, whatever it is, I can't remember the name of the thing, but the 20mm OG Sonderkraftfahrzeug is increasingly trolly with the changes to the way that shells work in War Thunder, and unfortunately that what is essentially a cannon off of a Sherman is still unable to punch through with just under 100 millimeters of armor pen against a plate that's what, 50 millimeters thick? Anyway, maybe he snagged some side armor too. And some more front armor, and some more front armor, because volumetric, right? Look at that, has to try and punch through a track and a faceplate. Can't do it. Shell stuck. Anyway, another issue with this American, what's it called, a 76 MG MC or something like that. I think it's actually 75, but yeah. Is the ridiculously long reload. The cannon on this thing looks like you just pop, flop, and lock it, and there's definitely room to move in the back of this truck, but maybe they're just held back by the memes, and it looks like a couple of guys just relaxing, chilling there in the hot tub, as it were. Somebody's got their head down, maybe he's reading his notes, and he's certainly not wounded. Nobody really gets hurt in War Thunder. No pixels were harmed in the making of this film. Far be it. Already up to 3 kills. TinyPolska now trying to lock down this section of the map, and a nice spot that he's chosen if you look on the mini-map where he's located. I've been familiar with this map for ages now. It's definitely one of the older ones in War Thunder, and it's seen a few reworkings, and I remember the days when there were beached ships on the beach that you could destroy. Delightful. You could race over to that enemy side of the beach and gun down all of their little landing boats. Little things, you know, that don't exist in War Thunder anymore. I remember. Anyway, now he's in the, I want to say this is an SB2C, STD, SBU, I can't remember. It's got the 50 cals in the wings, okay. Another notable feature about this American dive bomber is that, well, it does carry a reasonably sized bomb for this tier of War Thunder, and 450 cals in the wings, which is quite nice for this battle rating. As you can see, it definitely lacks in engine power, but that's not too bad of an issue. This is a somewhat heavy aircraft, so your first turn is actually decent in terms of energy, but as it starts to bleed off, you really notice the lack of this aircraft's ability to regenerate energy. But we are winding down toward the end of this video, and as always, it's been a pleasure getting in touch with you guys and sharing a little bit of my life with you. We're looking forward to Halloween night tomorrow, and the girls have been practicing every day for about a year. Brooklyn just absolutely loves playing pretend and dressing up, and little sis loves doing whatever big sis is doing. So there's it's pretty nice, and I've shared a few pictures and videos of them over the years. I'm just a little bit proud of them. You see, my little man is growing like crazy, little Joshua, and he is just such a cool kid. He's really sharp. He's very attentive. He absolutely loves people. He starts squeaking and smiling and kicking his little feet when he sees eyes on him. So it just makes me so happy. Anyway, I hope you guys had a good time. I sort of drifted off into reminiscing there during TinyPolska's replay, but he'll send me more. He always does. and I appreciate that. I cannot wait to see what you guys are coming up with from the new update, and I'm just really looking forward to it. It looks fantastic. Anyway, I've already yammered on long enough. Catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.